What's up, guys? What's up? Jeez. Who was on that Go Live session? Who was on that Go Live session today? Like, guys, US 30, S&P, they flew. Something told me this morning, you know what? Let's wait. That's why I was really patient today. I was like, Sun's trying to finesse us out in these markets. And remember I told you, Sunday's gap didn't close. So this is what I'm going to tell you. If who in here is an S&P sell or US 30? Who is here in the S&P US 30 sell? Everyone needs to talk to me that's on this IG Live. SPX hit TP3. Okay. Who here got in the cells? Dude, as soon as I logged off the session, I had to give her her laptop because she's teaching right now on Go Live. She's the newest binary educator. By the way, if you guys want to trade binary, go trade binary with that girl. That girl is killing it. But if you're still in the trade, okay, if you're in the trade, tell me what pair you're in. Everyone, if you're in US 30 or S&P, like as soon as I logged off, all our cells activated, and I had to run down here to get onto my system out here to look at this. Hedge funds lost money. I'm still holding. Okay. So if you're still holding, I'm going to tell you what you got to do right now, okay? Hold on. So this is what we were looking for, right? If we had a fake out, but then I went. How I noticed where I screwed up a little, which is why we didn't get the buys, is I didn't like my trend, and I'm like, it was too low. I was compensating this wick, and I'm like, yo, this shit is a rejection of the trend line, which is why I went over it on the 15-minute. And I'm like, all right, guys, this is a rejection. Let's get in here. This is where we got in for ourselves. Okay? This is where we got in for ourselves right here, right in this area. Okay? And look what just happened. Why? But where's price going to go? Look, price has to come here. Price has to come down to 31.30, 31.25. In between here is where price needs to go. If you are in the cells from New York session, we got in the cells yesterday. We were in cells yesterday in S&PX. We've been in cells this week. Okay? You can't get in, no. The only way to get in is that price will have to break this gap right here, because price is most likely going to go to 31.30 and 31.25. So what I would do if I was you guys on this session is I would take notes. Who here is ready to take some notes? If you're ready to take some notes, throw some money bags on this chat. If you're ready to take some notes, throw some money bags in this chat. This is why it's so imperative to hop on these Go Live sessions so you can literally bag with us and make some money. Because Tiffany, when I logged off the session, I had to give the laptop to the people. This is why I put it here. If you were on the session, you will see it. Tiffany, if you were on the session, I wrote this out for them on the New York Live session. Because as soon as I logged off, I had to give her the computer, log in from my system down here, and by the time I did that, it took off. But that's why hopping on the sessions pays off. Hopping on the sessions pays off. Because people who were on the session, there was a few thousand people that were on it, and guess what? They took the signal. Sometimes it happens when you're trading indices. Sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes I don't even have a minute. Sometimes by the time I'm logging in, it's taking off, which is why you got to put your team, and everyone's team needs to hop on these Go Live sessions. These Go Live sessions are meant that, hey, if we're on a session, you're going to get access to more information because you're live with me as opposed to an app. If SPX breaks 31.35, if XPX breaks 31.35, we're gonna move it to 31.30. And then if it breaks 31.30, $31.25. Look at this. Pay attention. This is the gap that needs to be filled in on US 30. I mean, on XPX 500. I'm going to show you about that, guys. Okay? If you're in US 30, US 30 already hit Sunday's gap. Remember I wrote this out? I gave you the sell areas. 25,985. 25,950. Didn't I tell you 29,915? And then I gave you the last TP. The last TP was 25,855, right? It passed it. It went all the way to 25,814. All targets. Okay, so this is what you're going to do, guys. Pay attention to me. XPX has a really good move. So this is what you can do. If it breaks this old buy area over here, right? If price breaks this old buy area here, if SPX breaks his buy area, ride it from 31.35 to 31.25. If it breaks if XPX breaks 31.35, then ride it to 31.30 and 31.25. Those would be the targets. You see that? Do you guys see this? So, this is what we're going to look for. If you missed it, if we get a retracement back up, to 31.60 or 31.55, those will be the next area. So let's throw some fibs. Pay attention, guys. Take some notes on here. Okay? So let's take the fibs. Okay? So look. The 38.2 is the 618 on Fibonacci, reversed, right? So pay attention. The 38.2 reverse is 61.8. So this was our entry. If you missed it, that's fine. If we get a pullback to that area, you can resell it at that retest. Or if it doesn't retest, I'm giving you another area of when to enter. I'm showing you guys, okay? If it doesn't reject here, right? Enter over here. It's that simple. That way, you guys can get more money. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the numbers. If it breaks 31.35, you can enter the sell to 31.30 and 31.25. You guys can't hear me? Can everybody hear me? Oh, could you guys hear me? guys hear me now? That's the 15-minute time frame. All right, perfect. All right, let me repeat myself again. If SPX does not do the full retest up here, let me show you what I'm looking for. Since it broke out fast, some people get in, others didn't, that's fine, it's no problem. Look. $31.60 area. If it doesn't retest there, that's fine, guys. The next area to get in is 31.35 to 31.30 and 31.25. It's gonna fly through. You can even go as low as the 5-minute. You can go as low as the 5-minute. All right, go as low as the 5-minute right here. Candle closes, rejection, boom, sell. Okay, it may come back up to retest. I need you guys, you have to move fast. This is indices. This is not Forex. You're trading a stock pair. You have to understand that you gotta move fast. The TP, if it breaks 31.35, is 31.30 and 31.25. Let's look at US 30. US 30. If she can break my Sunday gap, if US 30 can break, I'm gonna do 25.840. Let me write it out here. I'm giving you more entries, guys. Your people should be on here. You should be getting your people paid on your squad, man. Y'all don't like money or something? There should be thousands of people. Last time there was like 2,000-3,000 people on here. Probably people are at work too. Target would be 25.840. No, 25.800. So that fixes coordinates. 25.840 to 25.800. Okay, if it breaks 25.800, you can second target is going to be 25.750. Let me put the text in for you. This is going to be the target. Okay, so if it breaks Sunday's gap, you can enter at 25.8. If it breaks Sunday's gap, get in at 25.840 to 25.800, 25.750 would be the targets. If it breaks this target, my second target, it's gonna sell. It's an old sell area. Okay? That means it's an old sell area. But honestly, I really see price coming down because it didn't fill this gap on Sunday. Look, let me show you what I mean. So on Sunday, this didn't happen. Friday's close was right here. This was Friday's close. But when the market opened on Sunday, it opened up here. It opened up here. So from here to here is a gap. Open your MT4s. You're going to see this gap over here, right? You're going to see this gap. And this gap is from Sunday. So US 30 filled that gap, but S&P, it missed it. Look where it stopped. S&P stopped at 31.35. It didn't come down to 31.30. It didn't come down to 31.25. So it's going to come around these areas, this gap. So that's exactly what we're waiting for. It's either going to come back to retest or it's going to continue breaking down. Either way, you guys can catch the move. There's no reason why not to catch this move. Okay? This was the setup from earlier on the New York session. Does everyone understand? That's correct, girl. This is XPX. That's correct. Yeah, it missed it by little, but US S&P missed it by a lot. So it has to push down, guys. And guess what? We're gonna catch that money. We're gonna catch that money. We cannot afford. It's creating structure. We cannot afford to not make this money. So you need to think with me. You gotta move fast. We gotta collect the bag and teach our people to do the exact same thing, so everybody is actually eating. It's not just me, it's not just some of you guys, it's not just only like educators or other traders. No, it's the whole IM Academy. We all have the opportunity to eat in these setups. Yes, some of them are more advanced. You get a little worried, but you want to trade pairs that have a lot of volatility, right? If it's your preference, right? I can't force you guys. If you don't like indices, you don't like it. Maybe you do better with a slow moving pair, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a preference, but understand that the most successful traders in the world, like we're talking about above me, above a lot of us, above any educator, above anybody. We're talking about billionaires. These guys are trading, number one, futures. But they're trading futures on indices, okay? Those are the big boy pairs. They're trading they're not worrying about 10 lots, 20 lots. They're buying contracts and multiple contracts at a time. But they're trading what? Indices. So now, guess what does that mean? The average person like ourselves, like you and I, have the opportunity to eat, but on a Forex platform, we can trade indices. Understand that that's powerful. Back in the day, if you didn't have money, you weren't going to be able to trade indices. If you didn't have money, or if you weren't part of the elite group, you didn't have access to this information. So be grateful, right, that you do have access to information like this, and you could trade indices, and you could capitalize and make tons of money when it's done the right way, right? So if indices is something that you really enjoy, and this is something that you really want to pursue, or say you're not trading, say if you're not a trader yet, but you're looking to get into trading, hit us up. Get plugged in with us. That's it. Get plugged in, learn how to trade, and earn at the same time. That's the beauty about IM Academy, is that you can learn and earn because you're mimicking other educators' results. So if I'm telling you to buy, you buy. If I'm telling you to sell, you sell. If I win, you win. If I lose, you lose. We lose together, we win together, we stick together, and that's what you create, a community, right? It's not always about the wins. It's not always about all the money. It's about the lessons and the experience that we're gaining through this journey. Okay? It's about the lessons and the experience that we're gaining through this journey. Let me tell you something. There's nothing better out there right now than trading. Trading is like life. It is giving people access to what wealthy individuals have access to. It's crazy that an average person that don't come from money can actually become a money magnet at this point if they utilize the tools, the resources, they got the dedication, the commitment, the mindset, right? Like, come on, guys. You tell me what's better than trading right now. Tell me what's better than trading. While everyone's losing jobs or having to risk their life because they need that job to pay their bills, we're out here trading in our homes. In the comfort of our homes, we are trading. What's better than that? Tell me, what's better than that? Tell me something that's better than trading. Tell me something that's better than trading, guys. There isn't anything. So if you want to really learn how to trade effectively, efficiently, then what are you doing just watching us from the sidelines? Become a part of the team. Learn and earn. Get yourself out of that employee mindset. Even for the leaders that are on here, plug your prospects and tell your prospects, this is what you need to hear. Your team needs to hear this. Your team needs to be able to deliver the information to the prospects appropriately, the right way, and show them the value. Let me tell you something. This may offend a few people, maybe not. But when you are broke, you don't got the option to say no. That's the problem with the poor man's mentality, is that people feel like they can say, I'll think about it, I don't know. No! When you are broke, you don't got the option to think about it because you got nothing to lose. You are broke. What more do you got to lose if you got nothing? What is there to think about? At this point, you might as well just try it because you got nothing to lose. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you are broke and you're watching this IG live, you don't got an option to say no. What you got better than going on? You're gonna get another job, another $15 hour job, a $20 hour job if you're lucky. What are you gonna get? Think about it. What are you gonna get, guys? What are you going to get? McDonald's, Walmart, a security job, $10, $12 an hour working at Domino's. What are you gonna get? What are you going to gain? Nothing. So stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop having that broke mentality with, oh, I'll think about it. Oh, I don't know if this is for me. This is a scam. No, what's a scam is your bank account. That looks so terrible right now. Your bank account looks like a scam. It's always empty. It's always empty. That's where the scam is at. Learning a skill set there's no scam in learning a skill set. Wall Street has been in existence way before many of us have even been alive. So the fact that somebody would tell me, well, they don't never tell me this is a scam, but other people that may not know about trading are not educated enough. All you gotta tell them is just Google Wall Street, Google Forex. The banks trade Forex, centralized, the Federal Reserve. Everybody and their mother trades Forex. You understand that? So the next time you get a prospect that tells you, I gotta think about it, when they don't got a pot to piss on, that's the problem with society. The problem with society is that sometimes y'all feel so entitled. Like, why do you think these international countries are booming in this business? Because these people got nothing to lose. They got nothing going on in their life to say no. This is why the international teams are building like crazy, because they got nothing to lose. What do they got to lose? Nothing. They're broke anyways. They might as well say, hey, this is my last shot. Maybe this will be the real deal to get me to my financial freedom. But you're never gonna know if you stay inside that box of, oh man, I don't know. And then, you know what's the crazy part is? You go back and ask another broke person, should they do this opportunity? What in the world can another broke person teach you? How to stay broke? That's the thing they can teach you. How to stay surviving? How to stay longer in the grind? How to stay longer? They're gonna keep grinding for a job? That's what they're gonna teach you, is how to stay grinding for a job. Another broke person is not going to teach you much. They can teach you the max of their salary. If they make $30,000, that's all they can show you. If they make 40, that's all they can show you. When you don't go ask financial advice to someone that doesn't even have $10 in their bank account, what are you doing? What are you doing asking your family or friends for financial advice when they don't even got a pot to piss on themselves? You want to ask financial advice? Go ask successful people. You want to ask about financial advice? Go search for successful people. We got to do better for our communities. There's too many people. There's too many people going to bed hungry. There's too many people going to bed hungry. And I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired that us minorities, right? Us minorities got to stay poor. Why do we got to stay poor? Think about it. Why do we got to stay poor? Why does it always have to be minorities? Why do we got to stay poor? Why do we always got to be the poor people that always have to get help from the government? Why? Why does it always got to be us? Think about it. Why is it us? Why? Tell me. Can someone answer me? Why is always us minorities that always have to stay in poverty? Statistically, why? I want to help you guys. I want to help you guys. I want to help you. Let me help you. I'm tired of seeing you struggle. I'm tired of you seeing and hearing stories in my DMs. I'm tired. I want to help you, but I can't help you if you don't allow me to help you. I can't help you if you don't show up to the sessions. I can't help you when you don't hop onto the trainings. I can't do that if you don't allow me. But what I could do, even if you're struggling to trade, that's fine. You're gonna lose more than what you make in the beginning. It's part of the learning process. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can't be in it to want to make money instantly. But we're here. I'm here. My team is here. We're here to help you. Just show up. Is $235 going to be the make or break it for you? Is $235 is going to be really the make or break it moment for you? Is a $235 life-changing opportunity is going to be the thing you walk away from? Are you really going to let a measly $235 steer you away from an opportunity of a lifetime? You gotta think bigger than your job. Stop dreaming. Turn your dreams into a reality by how? Execution. Don't tell me that you can't make it because you're a minority. Bullshit. Because in this niche, in this Forex niche, there's no racism here. Guess what? The broker behind on that screen don't know who you are. There's no racism. There's no inequality over here. Everyone has the opportunity to eat. Everybody does. Everybody does. So please don't tell me that you don't have the opportunity as the next person. Because what? There's a bunch of us minorities right here. I'm one of them. Though I never want to see that someone doesn't have the same opportunity. I'm one. I came from a very poor Spanish family. Very, 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 very poor. Okay? So don't tell me you don't have the opportunity to win. I have a lot of successful traders who are minorities, right? Spanish, black, doesn't matter. And they're very successful because they wanted more out of life. So in this industry, you don't got to worry about a job where the next person may get it because of their skin color or their credentials. It don't matter if you were a criminal. It don't matter if you've been in and out of jail. Forex does not discriminate. If you were in jail, this is going to be your only opportunity right now to really make it. If you have one, because you know what? What a lot of people say, oh, we want your background. We don't ask for that over here. We give everyone the fair shot of making it. But if you really want to be a part of what we got going on, and I'm looking at the indices, I'm watching them right now. They're just ranging. They're not doing anything yet. I'm watching them as we speak. It looks like it may reject where it's at right now. But guys, let's help a lot of families. There's a lot of families that need what we're doing. You understand that? And I'm not gonna let you guys down. I Am Academy, we care. I care. And we're gonna do whatever it takes to get you to that next level. But for us to do that for you, you gotta show up. You gotta stop having that scarcity mindset. You have to be willing to look beyond that box you've been in your whole life. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. It's only when you're the most comfortable state of mind is where you're actually growing. You are forced to grow when you're in an uncomfortable situation. You don't grow in comfort zone. Comfort zone doesn't allow you to grow. It hinders your growth. It prevents growth. It doesn't allow you to reach your true potential. Comfort zone. I never want to be around comfort. When I'm comfortable, I get uncomfortable being comfortable. Is that crazy? How my mentality has switched over the last 5 years? When I feel like, oh, I'm comfortable and this feels good, I don't like that. I'd rather stay uncomfortable for the rest of my life, because when I'm in that uncomfortable state of mind, I'm powerful. When you unleash that state of mind of getting out of that uncomfortable state and you not want to be comfortable anymore, the amount of growth that you're going to encounter is indescribable. Indescribable. But this is not for a short term. This is a lifetime change. My habits that I do is lifetime. It's every day. I don't just get uncomfortable when the markets are open. I'm uncomfortable 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 24 hours, 24/7. There's no shut off, shut on switch. I don't like being comfortable. I don't enjoy being comfortable anymore, and I haven't over the last 5 years. I enjoy being uncomfortable. I put myself in uncomfortable situations purposely so I can grow from them. I put myself in situations that I don't want to be in because it's going to make me grow. Instead of running away when things get hard, I run right into them. Put me in the hardest situation, I'm going to come out even stronger, because it's a mindset thing. When most people avoid hard, difficult things and they run away, I run to them. I face them, I embrace them, and I enjoy them. You see, I found the code of success. I rewired my brain. You're going to have to rewire everything you're used to doing to get something different. You see, you have to embrace adversity, embrace challenges, embrace uncomfortability. And when you embrace things that most people don't, you're tricking your mind to believe that this is now your new normal. So now my brain doesn't accept comfortability. It's doing the opposite, what it does to the 99%ers. And I'm sharing some nuggets here, guys. My brain sees comfortability as uncomfortability for somebody else's mindset. So when someone's trying to avoid something, my brain is trying to go to it because I rewired my thinking. You have to rewire the whole concept of how you think, the way you act, the way you perceive, the way you receive information. Nothing about you is supposed to be the same. If you want success, you gotta be willing to change. Who's here is sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you tired of being tired? Who's here is tired of being in the struggle? Who's tired of the struggle? Who's tired of this? sick. Be honest. I was there too. Broke was part of my everyday life. Being broke was normal to me. Me having money now is kind of like, whoa, shit, I can afford things now. Whoa, what's happening over here? I'm so used to having to get the jars of pennies to pay for shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but having money now is kind of like, whoa, I can actually pay for this without penny pinching. Like, I tell my husband, like, all right, we're getting this, and he's like, did you look at the price? I'm like, why? We can afford this now. Like, you know, it's different. My husband and I were so used to counting fucking pennies. Let me be honest. You want transparency? I'm that educator. You want a mentor that's going to tell you the real shit? That's me. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I remember 6 years ago, we were short on rent 6 years ago, and he had a big jar of pennies and quarters and dimes, and we cashed that in. We cashed that in because we were like $300 short. Do you understand that? That was 5 years ago. No, 6 years ago. Do you understand that? I'm not embarrassed. I would never be embarrassed of me growing up in poverty. I enjoyed, because I needed to realize that the cycle that I was going in, right? Because it made me who I am today. I'm a survivor of the escape. I escaped poverty. I survived. A lot of people die in poverty and never get to escape it. I did. I escaped. I broke through. I broke generational curses. I broke the stigma of us minorities are going to stay poor for the rest of our lives. If I can do it, so could you. What's stopping you right now for that breakthrough moment? What's stopping you? There's nothing wrong with being poor right now. What's wrong is not wanting to do anything about it. That's what makes it wrong. Being poor is not your fault. You were born into it. It was part of your everyday life. But now you have access to information. It becomes your fault. Let me tell you, if you were born poor, that's not your fault. If you die poor, that's your fault. If you were born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault. It's your fault for sure. Because now you have access to information. You have access to people, to me, like me, many people like me. So what is your excuse now? What is your excuse now? I'm not going to allow poverty to exist in my everyday life. I grew up poor for 27 years. I'm sick and tired. I was sick and tired. I was sick and tired that even being a nurse, I was still struggling. Even being a nurse with an education. Guys, I did what everyone says. Go to school, get a job. I did that. Everyone said go to school to get a career, to get a degree, to go to college, to get a job. I did that. I did all those things. And I was still poor. I was still very poor. I was getting by. I was able to live a little nicer. Yeah, a little bit. Like a nicer apartment. Not a nicer house. Not a nicer car. Just a little bit of an upgrade. I was still fucking poor at the end of the day. I only end up having always a few $100s at the end of the month. That's not living. If I had $500 or $600 left in my name a month, do you consider that living? I wasn't living. That's still poor. Are there people in worse situations than I was? Absolutely. And it sucks. It sucks. It sucked having to penny pinch my whole life. And my husband was even more poor. My husband grew up in shelters, projects, lived sleeping outside because his mom couldn't afford anything, because back in the day, shelters weren't taking boys that were above 10 years old. So here's a single mom with 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 little boy, and the shelter telling him, hey, you can come here with your daughters, But this is an all-woman shelter. Your boy has to go somewhere else. You think his mom was going to say, well, here, fend for yourself at the age of 10? Do you understand? My husband experienced more poverty than I couldn't even imagine what he went through as a little child, having to sleep on the streets. And this is raw. This is me sharing personal stuff, because I want to be able to show people that we can come from rock bottom, but we don't got to stay there. Do you understand? That we can come from the very bottom, and it doesn't mean we got to stay there. We don't have to stay at the bottom. I didn't want to stay at the bottom. My husband didn't want to stay in the bottom. And we were given this opportunity of Forex. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do. This is why I became an educator. This is why I started my mentorship. This is why I do everything that I do, because I'm sick and tired. I go back and I think of my past. And I see so many individuals living the life that I live in, living the life that my husband lived in. That was the worst of the worst. Being a kid and having to sleep in a park bench. Having to go to school with no coat because your mom couldn't afford a winter coat and you had to spend the whole winter with a sweater. That's poverty. That's poverty. Having to share a meal with 3 siblings because you were that poor, that's poverty. Not going to bed, not be able to eat every day because food was a prize. Food was not an everyday thing. Having to go to pantries and churches in line to get food. Who here has gone through that? Be honest. There's almost 1,000 people on this call. Let's be real with one another. Let's not try to hide our past. How many of you guys have stood in line for food? How many of you guys have stood in line for food? Don't be ever embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. My husband's not embarrassed. And I love speaking about this because people need to learn the truth, the reality of what poverty exists. You got to do what it takes. I have students of mine that are living in shelters right now and are still have the hope to trade. I have people in my mentorship right now living in shelters, use their last 235 to be a part of I Am Academy. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go all in for those people. I'm going in and in and in, and there's nobody that's going to take that away from me, because there's people that need me that's on this call right now. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to study my ass off to even learn more shit so I can give it to you. I'm doing this for you. Anybody that's going through anything, you are the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. You are the exact reason on why I show up on every single session and I never miss. You are the reason on why I go over my time by double and triple sometimes. You are that reason. So when you feel like you're alone, you're not alone. You got me. When you feel like you don't got friends, you got me. When you don't got a support system, you got me, because I'm showing up. I'm showing you that I care. I show up. Guess what? That's the first start, is showing up. I show you that I care. I show you that I care, that I stay on these sessions. I walk you through everything. I try to simplify. I'm always thinking of ideas. How can I make these sessions easier? How can I help the average person win? I do this for you guys. You deserve to have the same opportunity I was given. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm not going to stop. Nobody will ever stop me from teaching. I don't care how much money I get. I can have $30-40 million. And let me tell you, I'm still going to hop on my sessions Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Why? Because you deserve somebody to be there for you. Do you understand that? You deserve it. So guess what? I'm showing up, and I'm going to show you that there are good people out there. I'm going to show you that good people exist. There's a lot of foo-foo-ness in this niche. There's a lot of foo-foo traders. If you're on here and you're a foo-foo trader and you're preying on people's money, shame on you. Get off my fucking live. I don't even want you watching me. Understand that? There's a lot of foo-foo-ness out here. There's a lot of scammers on here. This is for the people that need me. So if you're somebody that's done that in the past, log off, because God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. Do you understand that? So let's look at some pairs. Let me switch this because I'm going to figure out. I'm even going to back test, and I'm going to find ways to even make this more simpler. Like I feel, even though I do a lot, I feel like it's not enough. It's not enough. I always want to do more for you guys because it sucks. It just sucks. I think about everything my family went through, my dad, my mom, not having money. Yo, like that shit, like I'm getting even emotional just thinking about it because I think of you guys. That shit sucks. Like, I get emotional thinking about it because it sucks. And that's why it goes so hard, because I don't want you guys to live like that no more. I don't want you guys to live like this. I don't want you guys to ever have to live like this anymore. And I'm going to keep doing what I can do to make my sessions better, to have more value, to come on IG Lives, even if it's for a mindset talk. Like, I'm going to do whatever it takes because it's just too much. It's just too much. And I get emotional thinking about it because that shit sucks, man. I remember one year, my dad didn't even have enough money for heat. So he put a little fan over the stove to heat up the house. You guys ever had to do stuff like that? Did you guys ever have to do things like that? Sucks. All right, let's get to these charts. Let me open this one over here. It's open. Give me a second, guys. I want to open 2 indices at a time. Give me a second. Okay, perfect. Let me flip it. All right, so we have indices. We have US 30. It's playing right here in the zone, and then we got S&P. S&P is right here. So let me move it over here. So this was our sell zone. This was our 38.2. So we may have indices come up to our sell area, reject, and then come down. So price may go to, it has 2 areas it can go to. Write this stuff down. This is XPX. This is XPX. Price can go to 31.55 and reject, or it can go to 31.60. Those are the 2 areas it's going to reject in, 31.55 or 31.60. Make sure you guys write that down. When it rejects there, I'm looking for a sell right back down. Okay? For US 30, I'm looking for price to reject 25.950 or 25.985. So we may look at something like this. See this? It may reject at 25.950, which is right here, or it may go up to where we entered, 25.985. You see that? Yeah, 25.950 can be one area, or 25.985 for US 30. Okay? So you got 2 rejection zones. And I'll show you why. Let me throw some fibs. Look. 15 to 38. It's rejecting the 618. I don't know if it's going to stop here because I'm looking at this one. Let me delete this fib. Let me redo it again. So on SPX, it broke the 618. It's at the 50. See the 618? If XPX breaks this, then so does US 30. That's just how it works. Okay? So we are looking to see where it rejects. If it closes under this 618, 3150, I'll possibly sell it even maybe here from here too. If it rejects the 618. Okay? So we got these areas. We got to see where it rejects them. See, Fibonacci helps you with entries and rejections. Okay, so if it rejects here, 29, 25, 950 is going to help you for entries. All right, I'll check NAS 100. NAS 100 broke the sell, hit the targets, and rejected. NAS is in a zone. It's not in a zone for me. Let me throw some fibs on her. Yeah, I would buy NAS at 10. I would sell NAS at 10,575. 10,575 would be my sell area for NAS. Honestly, 10,575 would be my sell area. 10,550 would be a target. 10,525 would be another target. 10,500 would be another target for NAS. Let me see what else we got. Oil did the sell. Oil retested, rejected, and hit my TP1, and it missed my TP2. My TP2 was 40.34. Hold on, gotta fix that. Hairline. It was like a hairline. Let me go on the lower time. Let me go on the 5 minute. Oh no, it did hit it. I'm sorry. I thought it didn't. It looked like a hairline from the higher time frame. We did NAS. We did oil today, and it hit. I even see this is a ghost feed. I drew out the candles and how I thought it was gonna go, and I show you here for the buy. If you buy when it breaks, rejects, and it goes here. You sell when it ejects and goes here. I drew the trend line. Look, and it did everything. It broke, retested this candle, and then dropped on this one right here. It went crazy oil this morning. NAS numbers for me is 10,575, 10,550, 10,525, and 10,500. But we just gotta wait because US 30 is going up. XPX is going to approach 31.55. Is it going to reject here, or is it going to reject at 31.60? That's what we're waiting for over here. See this? 1, 2. Yes, guys, because it has to reject. We're looking for rejection to the trend lines. All right, guys, so make sure you wrote all these numbers down. I'm getting a timer that is about to log off. I'm going to save this IG live for inspiration, motivational purposes, and some insight on the mindset of a trader. God bless everybody. Believe in yourself. You are enough. And I'm happy to be your educator. Goodbye, everybody.